Hello, welcome to the Chris Davis Show. I'm your host, Chris Davis, and today we're going to talk about the Bill Cosby Trial. Last Saturday morning, the Bill Cosby Trial ended in a mistrial. It ended in a mistrial because the jury could not come up with a decision whether Bill Cosby was guilty or not guilty. Because they were trapped in a deadlock, the judge declared the trial a mistrial. What I want to talk about next is Camille Cosby's reaction, and then Andrea Constand's reaction. Okay, all right. Camille Cosby said this after the mistrial was declared. All right. How do I describe the district attorney? Heinously and exploitatively ambitious, her statement began. How do I describe the judge? Overtly and arrogantly collaborating with the district attorney. How do I describe the counsels for the accusers? Totally unethical. Cosby continued in her statement. How do I describe many but not all general media? Blatantly vicious entities that continually disseminate intentional omissions of truths for the primary purpose of greedily selling sensationalism at the expense of a human life. Cosby then said she was grateful to any of the jurors who tenaciously fought to review the evidence, which is the rightful way to make a sound decision. She also thanked her husband's attorneys for their hard work, along with her staff for their continuous commitment to our family and me. Cosby ended her statement by thanking her family and friends and supporters who never gave up on us despite it all. Okay, that was Camille Cosby's reaction. Very big reaction. Let's look at Andrea Constand's. Now, Andrea Constand is she's one of the women who is suing Bill Cosby for a sexual assault. Andrea Constand and Bill Cosby had a thing in 2004. But this is her reaction on Twitter. She said on Twitter, "Thank you for the outpouring of love and kindness and support. I am eternally grateful for the messages I have received in recent days." That was her reaction. Now, what I want to talk about next is this whole thing a win for Bill Cosby, or is it still a loss for him? A lot of his opponents say it's a loss because he still wasn't acquitted. A lot of people think that Bill Cosby has won. He's won because of this mistrial. The whole point of our judicial system is the prosecution must present evidence that, that the defendant is guilty. They must convince 12 jurors that the defendant is guilty of a crime. And in Bill Cosby's case, his defendants say that the prosecution failed to do that. They could not convince a jury that Bill Cosby was guilty. So Bill Cosby won. Do I think that Bill Cosby won or lost? I think that this is a win for him because the prosecution failed to prove to a jury that he's guilty. So yeah, I do think that it is a win for him, but I think that he's still hurting from all of this because this trial and all these allegations have really hurt his career. I mean, he lost a show with NBC where they were going to reboot the Cosby Show. He lost that, and he lost all kinds of comedy gigs because of this. So this has definitely hurt him. But I do think that this is a win for him. What I want to talk about next is the women who are accusing Bill Cosby of the sexual assault. One question people have been asking is, why did they wait until 2014 to bring this to the public? Why didn't they do it when this happened? Why didn't they do it when the evidence was still there? Why would they wait until? Why would they wait years? Why would they wait until they lived like full lives in order to speak up and say something? Why would they wait until the evidence against Bill Cosby has disappeared before coming out and saying something? Well, a lot of reasons that they give is that they didn't say anything back then because they were afraid of Bill Cosby. They felt like no one would believe them. But my problem with that is, why would you wait until like the evidence was gone? But then they say Bill Cosby was too powerful back then. There was nothing they could do. Well, Bill Cosby's way more powerful now than he was when he back then in the 70s. Before this before these sexual assaults came out, these sexual accusations came out, he was an icon. People were calling him Father of America and stuff like that. So he's way more powerful now than he was back then, but you're waiting until now in order to say something. Maybe Bill Cosby did sleep with some of them, but I don't believe he slept with all of these women. I think some of them are exploiting the situation, and they're being opportunistic. They want money. Do I actually believe that he slept with all of these women? No, I don't. I mean, we've seen this situation before with Tiger Woods. He was caught cheating with someone, and then all these women came out and said he slept with me, he slept with me, he slept with me, he slept with me. Did Tiger Woods actually sleep with that many women? I mean, it's so many women. It's almost like not true, like that. Like he slept with that many women, and we've seen the same thing with Herman Cain. He was running in the 2012 election, and he got his campaign got destroyed because all these women came out of like sexual assault. He slept with me. He slept with me. He slept with me. I mean, is our Justice Department actually investigating and looking into these women to see if these men actually like slept with them, or are we just taking their word for it? I mean, if we're just taking their word for it and just listening to just these accusations, then you know what, people can just accuse anyone of anything. I mean, we have to do like the due process and look at both sides in order to come to a fair judgment. Yes, it takes longer, but it's not fair if you just listen to one side and you don't listen to the other. Even worse, you just take their word for it and you don't look at any evidence. It just looks very suspicious that these women will wait 20 or 40 years before coming out and saying something. It just looks very suspicious. And the alibis they give, to me, they don't hold up. That's all we have for today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think that this is a win or a loss for Bill Cosby? Are you suspicious about how many women he slept with? Why they waited so long? Or are you on their side? Or do you think that yes, they waited that long because women, in a sense, in the workplace are treated unfairly? People won't believe them. People like Bill Cosby or Bill O'Reilly find ways to stop them from talking and getting to the public. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I would like to hear your perspective. Okay, and all of you, have a great day.